It's nice to be here. This is an important issue. In 2000, my father died of a catastrophic heart attack. I'm not sure that a defibrillator sadly would have made the difference, but heart attack can be, of course, sudden and unexpected, and depending on the circumstances, one recovers or it can be a catastrophe. So I think that days like today and moments like today are actually very important. But also, it's not just people's personal experience. That is, of course, the driver of these things. Some of you may have seen a film, Pearl Harbor. Alec Baldwin had a character and he uttered a line that nothing's stronger than the heart of the volunteer. And there's much truth in that. The wonderful thing about volunteering is that it can be large or it can be small. But it is never inconsequential. It can, of course, be helping out for Meals on Wheels for decades, doing the school tuck shop. The child forces you out of guilt to do this when you're a parent. It could be coaching the soccer team. Or it can be stepping forward in a single, dramatic, isolated, unexpected incident. And it can be a bit frightening to help someone in trouble, sometimes dire trouble. We've got Julie Owens here, whose partner's a firefighter, and she's heard about those experiences. Because when you talk to people who do this, and you never want to have to call upon yourself to do this, I think that there is courage pumping within the hearts of volunteers, which is strong as diamonds. And it proves that we are capable of looking after our fellow person. But what really helps when you're a volunteer is to have technology with you then and there. Technology and the person who steps forward to lend that hand can become a life-saving combination. Now, defibrillators, for a while, were famously known as Packer's Whackers, after the billionaire Kerry Packer collapsed on a polo field and was brought back to haunt the taxman by a defibrillator that had serendipitously been installed only a short time earlier in one of New South Wales' tax-paid new ambulance units. I should also add that Mr. Packer went on to generously ensure they were installed at all of them after his near-death experience. What I know as a proud representative of unions, what I know today as a representative of people, is that defibrillators are found in all sorts of places because their value, their life-saving jolt, is strong. It's invaluable. Golf courses, shopping centres, the MCG, and of course workplaces. In everyday workplaces of our country, where it's mostly about life and prosperity and coming home safe, they can also be places where life is endangered. That's why I appreciate the opportunity to be in the company of people who are doing things for other people. I appreciate the privilege to be in the company of the member for Capricornia, who's recently announced her retirement in the next election, and she contributes in so many ways. But this too is something which is a groundbreaking initiative designed to provide minimum standards and a certification program for defibrillators in Australia. As I know personally, cardiac arrest can kill, and it kills between 23,000 and 33,000 Australians, it's estimated, each year. These are alarming statistics because that's the equivalent of 2 busloads of people dying every day. Research shows, sadly, that 75 in every 100 sudden cardiac arrests happen away from hospital, with a survival rate of 6%. Early defibrillation can significantly improve the chance of survival from arrest and save lives. But of course, defibrillators do need to be properly designed. They need to be placed in locations where they are easily visible and accessible. They also need to be properly maintained and used. So in this respect, the guidelines are an Australian first. They provide standards of safety, they provide standards of reliability, they provide standards of effective capability, they provide standards of training for automated defibrillators so that users in workplaces and elsewhere can confidently save lives. The difference between that volunteer feeling they can actually step forward. I hope that this will result in more workplaces considering providing automated defibrillators and training as part of their first aid and emergency response procedures. I commend the Registry and the Cardiac Arrest Foundation, Survival Foundation, for its valuable work in developing these guidelines and the ongoing contribution to saving lives. We never should forget that it could be in a bushfire, it could be in a cyclone, it could be in a flood, or it could just be in a factory or a workplace. You can save the life of a stranger. That is the extra definition of the Australian way. We are there for our neighbours in times of danger and crisis. When there is a life that can be cut short, a surf lifesaver, an air-sea rescue pilot, a fellow mountain climber, a firefighter, or simply a workmate, there's someone there to help. With this heart-starting device, we can, in an instant, when life has 20 seconds to go, retrieve from oblivion. In a supermarket, on a bus, on a railway station, a fellow citizen struck down by a coronary aberration, and award this person an extra 40 years of the one life on earth that they have. That is an act of neighbourly concern. Grabbing the right technology, confident in its capacities, confident in our capacities, stepping forward to do our bit, I think it's one of the more important ingredients of our modern Australian fair-go civilisation. I'm flattered to be part of this. I commend the technology. I commend the volunteering needed to use it. I commend this latest initiative to ensure more lives are saved. And happy Christmas to you and all your families.